Well, today is the day most members of Congress will be packing their bags for that 5-week vacation or session work period, as some might say. But it's not going to be happening until they agree on some sort of immigration bill, at least over in the House. Republican leaders failed to secure enough votes to pass that $659 million emergency response plan sponsored by Speaker Boehner. This after a chaotic Thursday. House conservatives rejected the plan by Boehner because it did not do enough to push back against the president's threat of an amnesty-style executive order. Meantime, Border Patrol resources continue to dwindle, and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell lashed out at the president and Democrats for leaving the lawmakers in Congress in gridlock.
It really just boggles the mind that the President of the United States would rather fundraise in Hollywood than work with members of his own party to forge a legislative response to this tragic situation.
Meantime, House Republican leadership does plan the conference in Washington. They're meeting right now and expect to hear from them as they make their ways through the halls of Congress in just a few minutes. Of course, we'll keep our eye on the story and bring you more as it develops.
And the 2 Americans infected with the Ebola virus are returning to the U.S. A medical charter jet left on a mission to pick up Dr. Kent Brantley and Nancy Wrightbull. Doctors say bringing them back to a treatment facility with better access to the CD gives them the best chance of survival, and both patients will be cared for in specially constructed isolation units. The doctors and caseworker who were working for the aid group Samaritan's Purse became infected while they were caring for Ebola patients in Liberia. So far, the Ebola outbreak has killed at least 700 people in West Africa.
And violence erupts once again in Israel just 2 hours after what was supposed to be a three-day ceasefire. And now there are new reports that Hamas has captured, or at least Israel fears that they've captured an IDF soldier. Palestinian officials say Israeli tanks shelled the eastern part of Rafah. The city is close to Gaza's borders with Israel and Egypt. The attack killed at least 4 people and wounded 15 more. However, Secretary of State John Kerry from India did say this is the latest attempt at some sort of ceasefire was troublesome from the get-go.
There are no guarantees. This is a difficult, complicated issue.
Well, the United States and the United Nations say they have reached assurances from Israel and Hamas. Of course, officials claim both parties had agreed on an unconditional ceasefire while they negotiated that truce. Of course, we know that has fallen apart.
Well, John and JD, the immigration bill may be a ways off from happening, but Congress actually did get something accomplished yesterday. Hey, how about that? Where's the applause sound? The Senate approved, there you go. Thank you for that little golf clap. The Senate approved the $16 billion bill to overhaul the Department of Veterans Affairs. It had already passed in the House. The legislation provides money for new medical facilities, more doctors and nurses. It also allows some veterans to get health care outside the VA system. The bill now on its way to President Obama, where it will meet his famous pen.